Welcome back to the third episode of this one-space pincer Joseki lecture. This episode we will talk about this hane, this trick move. Firstly, we need to know what white want to do. Normally, white need to play this extend, and then black could play this hane, and then jump. So black could jump outside. The target of this hane is to force black to play this hane, and then after this extension, white could press the black down. This is white's intention. But actually, I could first tell you the answer. Even black choose to play this variation. AI don't think white is successful, because white became a gote. That means black could play elsewhere first. In the normal Joseki, actually, white could gain a center, and then white could play the approach first. So even black don't play anything special, this variation is not good for white. The other intention for white would be ask black to cut here. This cut look quite strong. Try to use this move to help the fight. But after the hane and connect, this is the very important key point. If white play elsewhere, for example this, after black play this hane, then white could not get any good result. But after white play this hane and connect, this fight is a bit better for the white, because after black play this extend, white could play this attachment, and black could not divide the white, because if black try to divide the white could just hit here, and we can see the black would be divided. So this fight would not be very successful for the black. Then how should we deal with this trick move? First, actually hane would be also an acceptable move, but there would be better way for the black side. In the old Go books, actually, one of the solutions would be this extend, because if white try to play this block, then black cut would be very severe. This white stone or this three white stone, either side would be captured. If white save this side, then this stone would be captured. If white try to escape this one, then black could play this hane, these three white stones would be captured. Because if white try to escape, black could just play the wedge. But actually, this extend is not a correct solution, because white could just simply connect here. Then black also connect. White could play this attach. Then white would get a better shape. Indeed, black only have 32% in this shape. We also need to notice that the next correct move for black would be this, and then white could play this one. This result would be slightly better for the white, as white block both sides and the shape is also quite thick. Black also need to notice that this hit and hane would not be a good move, because this double hane is very severe. Black could not choose to exchange, otherwise after white captured these two black stones, this influence would be too thick. Black still need to make a live shape. Then this would not be a good result for the black. If black choose to tenuki now, then it is better to not exchange this push, because even this would be a center. In the next move, black could also divide the white, so white will probably connect. Black could still get a center, but this push would be a losing move. We don't like this kind of move. We only will play this kind of push and hane when we could play a center. For example, in this Joseki, let me demonstrate a bit. In this Joseki, it is acceptable for black to play this push and hane, because black could get a center this time. But in the original Joseki, if black just play this, white may not connect this cut point, so it's better for black to push. But in the shape here, No matter how, black could gain a center, so this push would not be a good move. Anyway, this is not a good result for the black. So, this extend is not a good solution for this shape. The solution would be this hane. If white still connect this time black will not connect this point, right? If black connect, then this would return to the variation we just mentioned. But black could play here. This time, if white play this move, then black may push and cut in the future, or this hane would be also possible. This shape would be weaker for the white side. Black will have around 55% of win rate in this variation, so it's actually quite obvious that black gained in this variation. But the problem is, white may try to play this and connect. Black indeed have 3 choices. A, B, C, 3 choices. A would be the most easy one. It will return to the original variation. I have explained that indeed this variation is not good for white, so this would be the most easy choice for the black. But if the situation is okay and you are confident enough, then B and C would be possible. First, let's talk about point C. This move is possible when the ladder is good for black. White will play this extend, and black will play this clamp. If white divide the black, then black will extend, the white group will dead. So white will play this ladder. If the ladder is good for the black, then white would totally broken. This will become a broken shape. There would not be any measure for white to solve this fight. For example, if white escape, then black will hit and play this. The shape for the white side is totally broken. If the ladder is not good, white may need to play something like this. But this would still be a very bad result for the white. For example, like this. Black destroyed the white shape and divided this white stone. So if the ladder is good for black, this would be the most severe move. This will kill the white. But if the ladder is not good, then this would not be a good choice, because after this ladder, if the ladder is good for white, then black could just play this, and then white could capture this. Although black could still divide this group with this stone, but after the capture, white is very thick. And indeed, this group of black stones did not have 2 eyes yet. In the future, black may need to do 2 eyes by this move or this move. So white could actually have around 80% of win rate in this situation, and this would not be a successful fight for the black. And the classical Tetsuji for this shape would be this clamp. If white connect, then black play this. This return to the original Joseki, but white chose to play this connect instead of this climb, and also white play one more exchange with this push. This push will only have bad effects for the white, not only because there is 1 liberty less for the influence. This will make this clamp become even more effective. On the other hand, after this exchange, there would not be move like the b5. For example, in the original Joseki, it's possible that in the future white play this kind of move, and then white could gain a lot of territories. But after this exchange, this move no longer exists. So if white play this and black play this, black could totally satisfied with the result. But if white choose to fight, then black could cut, And this fight would usually not good for the white side. White need to escape, black could connect, and white need to play the harness. Otherwise, if white play other places, and black could just harness to capture these 3 white stones. So white need to play this, black after the exchange, black could play this climb. White could not divide the black stones again because black could just capture all of the white stone. But if white escape, then black could hit and harness and become a variation like this. So quite obviously, white shape is very bad. This is a very bad shape, and also black could divide these white stones. So black usually is more successful than the white, and black have around 65% of win rate now. So yeah, quite obvious a black success. But I really need to remind that this choice have some risk, because after this band, white could also get some benefit in the left hand side. If this fight in the middle is not good for black, then this may not be a good result for the black. For example, in some situation, there are some friends here or some friends here, then the situation will change. The black stones in the middle may be captured by the white, and also the group at the corner still need to make 2 eyes, because there are still no 2 eyes for the group after white plays something like this. This group may be dead. Of course, that will be some very extreme cases, and in most of the cases, this claim will be effective, and this fight will be good for black. But if the outside really full of white stones, then black may need to reconsider if it's a good choice to play the claim. It may be much more better to just play the harness to get the territories. And so this would be the variations around the check move of this harness. Of course, this is not a good move, because after the harness and connect, no matter how, white could not get a better result than the extend. But you may try this as a check move, and if black know how to respond, you may still turn back to play the connect. And it's also fun to try to play this check move when outside have many white friends. Then the situation will change. After white play this harness and connect, this claim may not be good for the black. And after this, then this fight may be better for the white. So that's all for this episode. In the next episode, we will talk about block on this side in the cases of this kind of opening. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.